to Premier Sports Fan Center Watch Along, where we give you analysis and commentaries of football matches, and not just football matches, every other sport around the world. Yeah, today it's the under 17, CAF under 17 qualifiers. That is the World Cup qualifiers for the Morocco 2025, and it's the Nigerian Flamingos, that is under 17 girls, going up against South Africa in the return leg. The first leg ended 3-1 right there in South Africa in favor of Nigeria. So the girls are here at Remo Star Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State. That is where they'll be taking on the South African girls. Yes, it's a watch along program where we give you analysis of the game for 90 minutes, take you through the game and what is going on right there on the pitch. My name is Adiyemi Shegun. I'll be your host for today's edition of our watch along. And not just the Nigerian games alone, there's also games going on around the world. So we'll be giving you updates of those games for the next 90 minutes. I'm not alone in the studio to do justice to this today, as I also have with me in the studio Paulo. Paulo, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon, viewers. We're happy to be back again for the second leg, and we saw what happened in the first leg. Nigeria going away to defeat the South African ladies 3-1. And in the second leg, I know the South Africans will be thinking they still got a chance, but I would like to tell them that it's already over. They lost the opportunity in the first leg, so they are just coming to Nigeria just to fulfill the sportsmanship agreement. So I think Nigeria still
Well,
winning this.
is it actually over for them?
At
Because
least
South Africa and Nigeria used to be, or we're still, when it comes to football, these two nations are actually rivals when it comes to football. And when it comes to female football, yes, the South Africans are also there. They are not pushovers. Although when it comes to experience, we can talk about these Flamingos. Majority, or let me say 70% of those ladies who are lining up for Nigeria today actually played at the last World Cup, in which they lost to United States of America. I think, yes, in the quarterfinal stage of that competition. Beautiful game of football. You have to give it to the manager Olowo Kere with what he has done with these ladies, and they'll be looking forward to getting another victory over South Africa today.
Yeah, like you said, South Africa are not pushover, but I don't see them, upsetting this Nigerian team. Of recently, the South African football, I mean, their women football have been, on the rise, but they are facing a Nigeria that has been there for a very long time. When it comes to women football, I don't think there's any other country that you can compare, against Nigeria. We know how we've been, dominating, especially the women aspect. So for South Africa, they've been trying, but I think they lost the, opportunity for them to qualify in the first leg. So coming to Nigeria, the Ramos Stadium, you see, they will only try, but they will still go back home with at least 3 or more goals.
Okay, yes, right there at Remo Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State, Nigeria. That is where this game is going on. You can all trip to the stadium. It's a free to watch game between the girls and the South African ladies, as the Nigerian Football Federation actually threw this game free so that the fans can come into the stadium and trip into the stadium to have a feel of this account. Don't forget, it's a commentary based program, not one where we give you the live action live pictures out of the action going on right there, but we'll be giving you commentaries of it and take you very close to the game for the next 90 minutes from here in our studio. We're still waiting for live feeds of that account. You were here during the first leg between the Nigerian girls and the South Africans. Yes, 3-1 is actually a good victory for the girls, a good one for them in that account. But the bigger picture is always on the World the World Cup itself, the Under 17 World Cup itself. We saw them at the last World Cup. Fantastic play, but schoolboy errors actually cost us our place in that competition, whereby we lost to United States of America. If I can remember, I think that game we lost 2-0 against the American ladies. But do you see these girls going to Morocco for the next World Cup and probably compete for the tournament? Looking at the number of girls we will still have in this team who played in that competition, do you see them going to Morocco and doing Africa proud?
Of course, like you said, we lost out to the US, the Americans by 2 goals to nothing, and due to some errors. I believe the manager, the coach, talking about Olowo Kere, he's been there with the girls, for some time now, and I believe they've done their assignment. They've looked at the areas where they lacked in that match, that defeat to the Americans, and you could see since that defeat, the way the girls have been responding from the qualifiers and the friendlies, how they've been picking up, and most of those girls that played that the last World Cup are still there, and I think the experience is beginning to show. You could see the way they've been handling their matches. So, talking about going to the World Cup, yes, Nigeria is going to the World Cup, and I believe this time around we will do better than the way the way we performed the other time. Given the fact that this particular World Cup now is being hosted in Africa, yeah, and I believe we will get more. In fact, more support than the one we got the last edition. So I see Nigeria going to that World Cup and probably, I don't know if we are going to win it, but at least getting to the final.
Okay, that's a big call from you there. Let's see if Nigeria will get in to the final at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup right there. It's going to be hosted by Morocco. Now it's game has kick-started right there at Ikene, and this Nigeria were playing in their home attire, that is the all green jersey, while South Africa also playing in their home attire. In this one is the all yellow jersey in this one. Let's see if they have what it takes to overturn the 2 goals deficit against Nigeria. Here's a chance for Nigeria to get a first goal right there in the first minute, where easily defended there by the South Africans. Beautiful move from the girls there. Just took them 24 seconds to get the first real chance in this encounter, and it shows that this is what these girls will be bringing into this game. They are not relenting. They are not looking at it that they are currently leading 3-1 against the South Africans. They want to get early goal in this encounter. A cross into the box there from the Nigerians, easily defended there by South Africa. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for the Flamingos of Nigeria. It's Christina Uzoma, who is the goalkeeper. Favor Iyagwaram, Jumai Adebayo, Azizat Oduton, and Anna Ibrahim, who are the defenders in this encounter, while we have phenomenal Isaiah Shakirat Moshood. That is the name that should ring bells to all Nigerians. She has been touted to be the next what's it called, Azizat Oshuala for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We also have Kasara Tolariwaju, Amoni Chidi, Muniat Rotimi, and Aishat and Nimashao. Those are the ladies starting for this Flamingos of Nigeria in this account. And Nigeria with the ball right there, and is on the wing there, sends it back into the middle, tries to play in Shakira there, but easily dispossessed of the ball there by the South Africans. As Nigeria currently attacking from left to right there, sends it across into the other wing there, but not straight into the part of Nigeria there. It rolls out for a throwing to the South Africans. And 2 minutes into this game, and we've seen Nigeria, with intentions in this game, looking to attack against the South Africans, wanting to get a goal earlier on in this encounter.
Yeah, I think this is the best way to start the game. Go. Don't give them the breathing space, because South Africa are the ones under pressure. So if if Nigeria have to go and be defending first, then the South Africans will have the advantage. But as it stands now, you could see the way the Nigerian girls took the ball straight away to the South Africans, not giving them any breathing space. And this is what I want to see from the girls. And hopefully, with this bright start that we've started, we'll get a goal as early as possible.
Okay, straight into the hands of Nigerian goalkeeper there. Uzoma will get the start comfortably for the Flamingos of Nigeria there. And the keeper is not in any rush to release that, but she takes a long one, sends it back into the half of the South Africans. Shakira's on the ball there for Nigeria, but returns it back into the middle, where she finds Azizat Oduton. A long one for Nigeria here. Nigeria finds himself in the box there, easily defended there by the South Africans. Will try to initiate an attack of their own. A chance for South Africa to run against the Nigerian defense there, but easily dispossessed of the ball there by the Nigeria ladies sporting the jersey number 6. That is Jumai Adebayo. Yeah, so you can always remember this Jumai from the last World Cup there. Fantastic footballer, and the future is actually bright for the young Nigeria international. And talking about that lady there, Shakirat Moshood there, she was one of the bright faces for the Nigerian team at the last World Cup, and she's still here. Do you think the future is actually really bright for this young lady?
Of course, I see her going, very far with with the Nigerian football. When it comes to the women football, I see her, emulating the likes of Azizat Oshola, Rashida Jibade, because we've seen the way she has been playing, and how she has, her presence is always fed whenever she's on the pitch for the Nigerian team. And not only are the other players, they're talking about Chidi Harmony also. So there are
Yeah.
players to watch out for. And for Shakira there, I think this is just the beginning for her. I see her going far.
Okay, yes, Nigeria attacking right now, looking for the first goal. But the South African goalkeeper will come out of a box there to gather this for South Africa. Returns play back into Nigeria half. South Africa in possession of the ball. Looks to attack, but easily defended there by Nigeria Flamingos, who look to attack against the South Africa almost immediately. And that game is currently in the 5th minute already. And it's still 0-0 between Nigeria and South Africa. South Africa will be trying all their possible best to see if they can score 2 goals or probably get 3 goals against the Flamingos right there at Ikene. Don't forget, it's a live watch along program on Premier Sport Fan Center. Don't forget to also click on the like button and the follow button to be a part of this family. And also, there's still games going on around the world. Yes, like in the EPL, where we have the 4 p.m. fixtures are currently going. In Nigeria, we attack right now. A chance for the Flamingos there. Were easily defended there by the South Africans, which rolls out for a throw in there to the Flamingos of Nigeria. 5 minutes gone in this encounter. Nigeria taking the pressure to the South Africans and not letting them to settle into this game at all. Yeah, might just be a chance for the Flamingos there, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, and South Africa will look to attack against Nigeria right now. A long one into the Nigeria half there, but Oduta gathers that for the Flamingos. Nigeria in possession of the ball in the middle of the park there, looks to attack right now. Yeah, might just be a chance and plays it all straight on the wing there. Shakirat Mashoud with the ball there for the Flamingos. She cuts in with the ball there, but chose to return it back into the middle of the park. Nigeria still attacks against the South African ladies, and it's still Nigerian possession. It crossed into the box there, but wayward cross, and yes, it's under 17, so these things, these mistakes can always be allowed.
Of course, yeah, they're still young and learning, and you could see the pass there. It was actually a wrong pass there, but it almost turned to attack for Nigeria. There you see how the South African goalkeeper was struggling to get onto that ball, but still very early in the game, and Nigeria have actually started very bright. And if we continue to press these South Africans, we've been pressing them in this game. I think we'll get the goal as early as before the 20th minute.
Okay, as a trying to Flamingos and this favor, we'll be taking that. Should be looking for more favors in this encounter. Yes, just 6 minutes gone on this encounter. Throwing to the Flamingos of Nigeria. Favor Guara with the ball there for the Nigerian under 17 team there. Taking that throw in. We have the first goal in the EPL also is that in that game between Manchester City and Brighton. It's Manchester City who are getting an early goal straight in the 11th minute. Erling Haaland poked that into the back of the net from the penalty spot. So it's Manchester City currently leading 1-0 against Brighton in that game. Everton against West Ham is still 0-0. Ipswich against Norwich is 0-0. And Southampton against Wolverhampton is 0-0. And tomorrow, don't forget the big one between Chelsea and Arsenal at 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Will be here in the studios to give you analysis of that encounter. Straight back into this encounter, we are getting close to the first 10 minutes of this game, and it's still 0-0 between Nigeria and South Africa. We can see the Nigerian girls are looking for that first goal against the South Africans. Beautiful chance there for Ahishat Anima Shaun, but that I think rolls out for a throw-in onto the Nigerian girls there. And 7th minute in that game, and it's still 0-0. Have you been impressed with the first 7 minutes or under 10 minutes of this game?
Of course, I've been impressed with the way the Nigerian team have approached this game. One would think Nigerians are the one looking for a win desperately, but it shows that we are not relenting, not because we've won the first leg and we just have to relax and allow the South Africans to come. But the way Nigeria have been playing, you think Nigeria is actually looking for a goal. I mean, looking for the point, not knowing that it's the South African. But I'm very, very impressed with the way Nigeria have approached this game.
All right, corner kick to the Flamingos of Nigeria there, and it's the spot in the jersey number 2 there, Asisat Oduta, who is standing on that for the Flamingos, and sends one into the box there. That's straight into the hands of the South Africa goalkeeper there. Beautiful header there from the Nigerian lady there, but that's one threatening the South African goalkeeper. She gathers that comfortably against the Nigerian team there. And we're still waiting for the first goal in this encounter. I'm very sure all Nigerians who are currently watching this game also wants to see the Flamingos go one goal ahead of the South Africans. Rather not really a filled up stadium at right there at Ikene. What's really happening with our football games? Even the Super Eagles games, we hardly have a filled up stadium.
Yeah, I think it's due to the NFF and the organizing committee, and despite that the match is actually free, I think the awareness. I don't think they've created enough awareness to allow people to be aware that this a match is actually ongoing, because we saw what happened in the first leg. How Nigerians were struggling to even get to watch the game. So probably many people might have thought that it will still be the same, but I think NFF should be doing better. In this aspect, we are supposed to fill up this stadium. This stadium, I don't think it's up to 30,000 capacity.
It's less than 10,000.
Less than
capacity.
10,000.
Around 5,000 capacity. But that is the home ground of the current table toppers of the Nigerian Professional Football League, Remo Stars, and that's where they play their home game. And not just Remo Stars, even Sunshine Stars of Akure also plays their home games right here at the Remo Stadium. And we've always been clamoring of football coming straight back to the Southwest. And a lot of football fans also want to see the Super Eagles come back to play in the Southwest. A chance for the Flamingos there. Well, always, just like we're saying for the past 6 minutes of this game, the South African goalkeeper always coming to the rescue of our team there. Beautiful chance created there by the Flamingos, but putting it into the back of the net has really been a problem for them in the early stages of this game, and they'll look to challenge against the South Africans again. And yeah, might just be a chance for the Flamingos in the box there. Shakirat, that is Shakirat Mashoud with that wayward shot there. But that's when flashing across the goalpost and not straight into the back of the net. And yeah, it's a goal kick to South Africa. Nigeria taking the pressure to the South Africans, and looks like we might be getting the first goal anytime soon in that encounter. Yes, Nigeria in possession of the ball. 11th minute into this encounter, and he's this right back there as is at Odusan, who lost possession straight into the hands of the South African. A lock shot there, but that went behind the goalpost. There's a goal kick to the Flamingos of Nigeria. 10 minutes we've seen in this encounter, and it's still 0-0 between the Nigerians and South Africa. And we're straight into the 11th minute already, and Nigeria with possession of the ball is the left back who sends a long one, tries to play in Chidi Amoni there, but Nigeria regains possession in the middle of the park, and is a Philomena Isaiah with the ball there right now. Holds onto the ball there, sends a long one, tries to play in the Nigerian team, and here might just be a chance for the first goal when Nigeria gets it, and it's still in the box there, returns it back to our teammate, shots across goal there. But this time around still rolls out for a goal kick to the South Africans. Beautiful moment there by Aishat and Nimasha, the Nigerian ladies there, sporting the jersey number 7. Presented with that opportunity, but couldn't get it into the back of the net. Twice they've come very close to getting the first goal on that 2 minutes, under the last 2 minutes, but still South Africa were shocking all the pressure in this encounter. And you can don't forget you can be a part of this conversation by dropping your message in our live chat. I promise to read it out. That should be a free kick to the Nigerians. Yes, equally given there by the center referee right there. We can see it's Amoni Chidi who was brought down. She'll be finding her way into the box. Yes, some people have labeled her as the female Victor Osimhen because of the way she drives her power and accuracy at shots. Let's see if she can actually get to the standards of Victor Osimhen, who also at one time played for the Nigerian male under 17. That was where he started his career. He crossed into the box there. Nigeria in possession of the ball, tries to get a goal there, but that rolls out for a goal kick to South Africa. And we are straight into the 13th minute. That was Chidi Amoni there with that leaping header there, but that couldn't threaten the South African goalkeeper, who have seen a lot of balls on today. Just about when that goal is going to come out for the Flamingos, because they've been everywhere against the South Africans in this encounter. South Africa will come out to attack against Nigeria right now from the back there, returns it back to the center back there. That's what South Africa makes out of these, and tries to go back into the middle. Beautiful link up play there from the South Africans, and still South Africa on the wing now, attacking against the Flamingos and staying in possession of the ball. But took a deflecting shot, touch there, and rolls out to a throw-in for a throw-in to the South Africans. Time is fast ticking as we're straight into the 14th minute of that encounter, but it's still 0-0 between Nigeria and the Republic of South Africa in that encounter. Let's see what is happening over there in the EPL. Like I currently said, yes, Manchester City are currently 1 goal up against Brighton in that encounter. Erling Haaland from the Sports, it hasn't really been the season he would have wanted here for match with Manchester City. but he will take that goal as I think that is his 19th goal, if I'm not mistaken, this season.
Yeah, of course. That's his 19th goal of the season in the league.
Okay, don't forget to subscribe to the channel there, Premier Sport Fan Center. You can subscribe and also click on the switch on your notification button, so whenever we are in the studio, you always be notified. And yeah, might just be a chance for the Flamingos of Nigeria that took an heavy touch from the Nigerian striker there, who has gone to the ground there. The referee says there was an infringement against the Nigerian girls there, and it's going to be a free kick to the Flamingos of Nigeria. Straight into the 13th minute of that game. Nigeria still looking dangerous in front of goal in their encounter, looking for the first goal against the South Africans. And don't forget, you can also trip straight to the stadium. It's a free gate. It has been thrown open there, and everybody can go into the stadium to cheer up the Nigerian under-17 teams as they chase the tickets to qualify for the Morocco 2025 FIFA Under-17 World Cup. A free kick to the Flamingos, quickly taken and sent into the box there. You might just be a chance for a first goal. The South African goalkeeper spilled out, but the referee says there was an infringement, and that's going to be a free kick to South Africa. Chidi Harmony on the end of that ball there. She has really been taking everything to the South Africans in this encounter. She has been really handful for the South African defenders in this encounter. South Africa will come out against Nigeria right now, and there's the centre back with the ball there. He's lost possession in a dangerous position. Nigeria regains possession there. Muniat with the ball there. Sends a long one across the pitch there. Will Annie Marshall get onto that? But Annie Marshall, she got onto the ball there, holds onto the ball, releases it for Atime there, and Nigeria with the possession of the ball, sends across, flashes it straight across the box of the South Africans. Shakirat couldn't get hold of that, and that should roll out for that was the corner flag coming to the rescue of the South Africans there. South Africa in possession of the ball, lost the ball back to Nigeria, and a cross from the Nigerian ladies went direct for goal there. But that's when we go into the back of the net. And 90th minute in that game between Southampton and Wolverhampton. Southampton who has gone 1 up in that encounter. Beautiful shot there from Phenomena Isaiah, but that won't threaten the South African goalkeeper. The finishing was what Costa there. And it's also the equalizer in that game between Manchester City and Brighton. As Brighton were back in that encounter, equalizing right there in the 16th minute of that game. It's 1-1 as it stands right now between Brighton and Manchester City. And what a game we have at hand right there at the Etihad Stadium. And it looks like it's the continuum of frustration for Pep Guardiola and his boys. At this rate, if they are not defeating Brighton today, it might just be a big problem for Manchester City.
Yeah, it might be a big problem for them. And Brighton have been informed since they lost to Nottingham Forest by 7 goals to nil the other day. Since then, they've won almost all the matches they've played, and they've been very good. Now playing against the defending champion Manchester City, that have not been very consistent this season. And Brighton would have looked at Manchester City's previous matches and said, we can do it if other teams are doing it. So what's up? Brighton actually scored first, but the goal was actually chopped up for offside by the VAR before Manchester City took the lead through Ellen Allen, and now they've leveled it. And I think
a chance for Nigeria finds themselves in the box there, beats one, they ever lost possession when it matters most. And that looks like, yes, that is Aishat and Marshall. She has been the one taking all the attack for Nigeria in this encounter. She looks like the most informed Nigerian lady in this encounter. She holds onto the ball beautifully well, but lost possession when it really matters most. And South Africa will clear the lines against the Flamingos as it looked to come all out, but everything they've thrown at the girls always ended up right there in the middle of the park. Nigeria regains possession against South Africa, looks to attack right now, and there should be an infringement, but the referee allows players to continue for advantage of the Flamingos, but rolls out to a throw in there in South Africa advantage this time around, because they'll be taking the throw in. It's the number 6 for the South African on the 17. We'll be taking that throw in for South Africa. And it's still 0-0 in that encounter. We're straight into the 17th minute of that game right there at the Ikene Rema Stars Stadium. We can see the fans starting to troop into the stadium to have a field and give their morale and support to the Nigeria under-17 female team, the Flamingos, as they are famously called in this encounter. Nigeria still leading on aggregate 3-1. They defeated the South Africans 3-1 last week right there in South Africa. So South Africa has a big mountain up to climb right here at Ikene. And yeah, might just be a chance for South Africa, but that took a wicked deflection on the feet of the Nigerian. But the referee says no, it's a goal kick onto Nigeria, as that didn't actually touch the Nigerian lady. The Nigerian goalkeeper there, Christiana Uzoma, picked that up and finds a centre back teammate there. Favor looks onto the right back position, finds Assisat with a long one across the pitch, sends a long one, tries to play in harmony, Chidi with the ball there. Let's see if Nigeria can initiate an attack. A chance for Nigeria to attack there, but the faint touch there from the Nigerian lady was actually too heavy there and couldn't get hold of that ball there. South Africa in the middle of the park now, attacking against the Nigerian, but took another weak deflection, but still South Africa in possession there, but throws out for a throw into the South Africans. We're straight into the 18th minute of that encounter. The time is fast ticking in that one, and everybody are interested in when is the first goal going to come up in that encounter. Yes, the Nigerian girls have come closest to getting the first under 17, so it's understandable when you see the schoolboy errors from the girls. But overall, I think when you look at the pattern of play, which the Nigerian manager Olowo Kere has, he has actually been playing that way right from the World Cup. They are never scared of putting the ball on the ground to play, and it begs the question: this are under 17, and if they are this technically gifted, not playing the regular, kick and follow football, but they can put the ball on the floor and play it beautifully. Well, it's a big plus to the girls and the management.
Yeah, I think this is the best way to get it done. Football these days now, this is the way that most teams are playing now. You don't just kick it like the way you used to do before. Just kick from keeper to keeper. Gone are those days now. So I think this is the best time for you to start. Training these guys on how to be able to handle pressure, hold on to the ball. At least when even you are two people are up against you, you can still hold on to the ball and not lose possession. And for the manager, I think he has a way, a system that he wants to play. We saw it at the World Cup, and we are still seeing it continue. And I think it's the best way to go.
Yeah, it's the best way to go for the Flamingos of Nigeria. We're still looking to get the first goal in this encounter. We're straight into the 20th minute. South Africa hanging on against the Nigerians and defining all the Nigerian pressure thrown at them in this encounter. Throwing to the South Africans there, and they look to attack from the left wing of the Nigerians. Here might just be a chance for South Africa to get forward against the Flamingos. Easily dispossessed of the ball there by the Nigerians. South Africa back in possession, attacking right now. And looks like yes, gradually they are growing into this game equally like the Flamingos of Nigeria. I think one thing everybody really wants to see on the pitch is a goal for the Flamingos at this stage, because yes, they've come closer around. I think about 3 times they've gone close to getting the opening goal in this game, but the finishing has really let them down in this encounter.
Yeah, the finishing actually let Nigeria down so far. But we need to also be patient with these girls. They are gradually trying to build up something. You see South Africa, the way they've been defending all their lives, not allowing our girls to take the final shot. Even when we had the opportunity to take the goals, our shot have just been.
Another chance for the Flamingos of Nigeria. There was just to do a cutback there, where there was no lady in green to get onto the end of that. A touch is all what that ball needed to go into the back of the net, but to the mercy of the South Africans there, the South African goalkeeper spotting the red jersey there, we come out to gather that for South Africa, and she knows that the pressure has actually been much against them. We're just straight into the 21st minute of this encounter, and it's still 0-0 between Nigeria and South Africa. It's on the 17 FIFA World Cup qualifier. The under 17 FIFA World Cup, female FIFA World Cup will be coming up right there in Morocco later this year. He has a long one across the pitch. South Africa tries to attack against Nigeria. There easily the possess of the ball there. Azizat Odutan with the ball there, and the referee spotted an infringement and says it's going to be a free kick to the South Africans. And fast clock is fast ticking in this one, and we're still hoping to get the first goal anytime soon in this encounter. But gradually right now we're getting to see the South Africans growing into this game.
Yeah, I think they try to come out also to avoid the way the Nigerian girls have been pressing them back. And you could see that the keeper have been in fact probably the most busiest player for South Africa. You only see the Nigerian goalkeeper. So I think their manager have actually seen that we cannot continue to defend this for 90 minutes. Let's just come out and see if we can get something. And gradually they are beginning to grow into the game.
And that's a long one there from South Africa. Starts going to threaten Nigeria, and they didn't know that free kick was a long one taken, but Joe just went wide the Nigerian post, and then Nigeria lost position from a dangerous possession there. And yes, South Africa attacking against the Nigerians there. She went down there, open for a penalty, but the referee says no, that is a fair touch, and there's a corner kick to the South Africans, and the Nigerian girls needs to be very much careful with how they lose possession at the back right there. It's a corner throwing to South Africa, advantage South Africa right now, and they'll be looking to send a cross into the Nigerian balls straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. The Nigerian goalkeeper who gathers that for Nigeria, and the equalizer for Brighton there was scored by Estupenia for Brighton in that encounter. A long one there from Christiana Uzoma plays in a Nigerian competitor, a Nigerian teammate there rather, and Nigeria is still attacking there, but lost possession rather easily to the South Africans, and South Africa back in possession, finds their captain with the ball there, returns it back to one of the South Africans centre back in this encounter. Straight into the 25th minute of that encounter, and it's still 0-0 between Nigeria and South Africa. Everybody waiting for the first goal in this encounter, and it looks like yes, we'll be having a water break in that encounter after 25 minutes. There, the eat right there in Ikene is actually much.
Yeah, it's much. This time of the season, it's actually not just the Kenya alone. I think
I think Nigeria.
Yeah, it's very odd. So and still young, so they need this cooling break more, and and for the it's such opportunity for the manager to gather them all and give them one or two advice.
All right, there is it's the cooling break at the 25th minute of this encounter between Nigeria and South Africa. It's still 0-0 between both sides in that encounter, and you can still go to the stadium right there in Ikene, Remo Star Stadium, to have a live field of what the girls are currently playing against the South Africans right there. Still 0-0 from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria, as we are waiting. All are waiting the first goal in this encounter. We've seen 25 minutes of action, Paulo. Has there been anything positive about this play from the Nigerians and the South Africa?
Yeah, I think it has been more of the positive aspect for the Nigerian. Right from the blast of the whistle, we see the way the girls, took the ball directly to the South African attacking. Then though we've not gotten a goal, but if you could see the way we've been, applying the pressure. Though the last, before the break, in the last 2-3 minutes, the South Africans tried to come up, but they couldn't do anything with the, little possession in the game. But I think it has been, a bright start for Nigeria, and if they continue like this, I believe they will. Before the end of this first half, I still getting a go, and gradually the girls are trying to also settle into the game. Like you said, the heat there is much, and you could see the way they've been playing. But I think it has been a very positive.
I can see the Nigerian manager there, Olowo Kere, having a word with Kausarat Olariwaju. I think yes, she needs to do better with her headers in the box there. Probably she has really been scared of the South African height. But the players are back on the pitch right now for the restart of the game, and it's restarted back at the 26th minute. We're currently in the 27th minute of that encounter as a throw in to the Flamingos of Nigeria from the left side of the pitch there. And here's a throw in quickly taken there by Azizat Odunta, who takes it into the box there, but South Africa will clear the line. And it was an half-cleared line chance there by the South Africans, and it rolls out for a corner kick to the Flamingos of Nigeria. And the player who took the throw in there, Azizat Odota, will be the one to take the corner kick there for the Flamingos of Nigeria. It's a corner kick to Nigeria right now. A chance for them to initiate an attack against the South Africans right there in the 28th minute of this encounter. We are 2 minutes away from getting to the half an hour mark in this encounter, and that was Aishat Animashaun will be leaving that corner kick for Nigerians teammate there, and Zazat Oduta will be taking that. The South Africans want Nigeria to take that free kick, that corner kick, sorry, as soon as possible. Odutan on the ball for Nigeria there. She'll be taking one there, and she raises up her hand as she approaches the box of the South Africans. They cross into the box there, a chance to Nigeria, and into the box, but that's equally missed the head of the Nigerian ladies there, and South Africa will clear the lines, but it's off to a throw into the Flamingos of Nigeria. A throw into the girls right there in the 28th minute of this encounter. Quickly taking there and is on favor with the ball there, but favor lost possession. But Jumai came to the rescue for Nigeria. Still Nigerian possession of the ball, asking all the questions except getting the goal in this early stages of this game. A straight into the 29th minute of that game. South Africa will clear the line halfway there. Nigeria back in possession, but the referee spotted an infringement and says that should be free kick to South Africa. We are straight into the 29th minute, and it's the South Africa number 3, the left back, who is currently now in a severe pain there. We just hope she'll be able to continue under this weather in Ikenne, Ogun State. You can keep your comments coming in on Premier Sports Fan Center, and don't forget to also subscribe to the channel and always be there whenever we are here in the studio to give you analysis of games of football going around the world. And tomorrow, don't forget to join us for the big one at 2:30 between Chelsea and Arsenal. Paulo happens to be an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I expect us to also get the job done tomorrow. We've been, I think, in the league we've not won our last 2 matches, so these are opportunities.
Let's continue tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay, right there, it's 30 minutes. We're approaching the 30th minute, and we're into the 30th minute of that game between Nigeria and South Africa. It's still goalless between the Flamingos and the South African under-17, and it looks like it was really good that Nigeria got a 3-1 victory over the South Africans in the first leg, because that is why there's not much pressure on the Nigerian girls right here at Ikenne.
Yeah, there's no pressure. I think the manager have told them, we've already won the first leg. Just relax. We are at home playing, at home. So just relax, and you could see them. Though they still trying to push, to get the first goal. I believe once they get the first goal, you see them now more relaxed. Probably, they might now be using the opportunity to, try some new, tactics.
Okay, let's see if that's those tactics are going to work for the girls in this account. So it's another corner kick for the Flamingos. Quickly taking there. This time around is from the right wing there. Returns back to the left. Nigeria pushes straight into the box there. But the South African goalkeepers gathers that comfortably well there for South Africa. And also we have a goal in that game between Nottingham Forest and Ipswich. It's Nottingham Forest who has gotten the first goal through Nikola Milenkovic in that encounter in the 35th minute of that game. So it's Nottingham Forest who are leading 1-0 away from home. They are really chasing that Champions League spot from the EPL. Don't forget, yes, they've won the Champions League also twice, and they want to get back to the Champions League.
I think they really deserve to play in the Champions League this season. Given the next season, given the way they've been playing this season. At the beginning, I don't even see them, making it to the top 15. Not talk of qualifying for Champions League. And with the recent news that the EPL team now, the English team, they're having 5
teams.
Yeah. So this Nottingham Forest, if I thought they even drop from that 3rd position, I don't see them dropping below the 5th position in the log. So at least we'll be seeing them back.
Okay, we still have about 9 games to go in the EPL, so it's still a lot of games to go in the EPL, and Arsenal still chasing the EPL title. And also tomorrow we'll be having that big one, the Carabao Cup final between Liverpool and Newcastle. Lot of interesting games tomorrow, and also in Serie A and La Liga we have a lot of interesting games lined up for tomorrow on the Premier Sports Fan Center. So you can join us tomorrow for those lined up games, starting with the big one between Chelsea and Arsenal. But back to the big one currently going on right there at Ikenne is the Nigeria against South Africa under-17 game. That game is currently in the 32nd minute, and South Africa coming against the Nigerians right there as they're looking for their own first goal in this game. But it's going to be a big disadvantage and a big blow to the Nigerian team if South Africa gets on the first goal in this account. And talking about getting the first goal, is Nigeria finding themselves in the box of the South Africa. He cut back there. I was straight into the middle, but there was nobody to put a finishing touch on that. And South Africa will clear their lines again, and is a throw-in to the Flamingos of Nigeria. You can see the South African manager, the coach there, really furious at the South African girls for opening up their defense and allowing Nigeria to attack against them. Chidi tries to chase this for Nigeria, and she goes onto that, but South Africa regains possession through the centre back, who clears the lines, and a long one into the middle of the park. And we have the second goal for Nottingham Forest against Ipswich. Is Anthony Elanga, who has doubled the lead of Nottingham Forest in that account. We're still waiting for the first goal in our FOCA match, which is the Nigeria against South Africa encounter. Yes, there's going to be a free kick to South Africa right there in the 33rd minute of this encounter. And it's that lady there sporting the jersey number 5 for South Africa will be taking this free kick for South Africa. It's still 0-0 in that game. No goal to report between Nigeria and South Africa. Looking at the Nigerian substitution bench, we have the goalkeeper Elizabeth Boniface and Taiwo Adegoke, who surprisingly didn't start this encounter. She was a famous figure for the Flamingos during the last under 17 World Cup. He has a chance for Flamingos to attack against South Africa right now, and a long one just tries to play in Harmony Chidi, but that was just too much for Harmony Chidi, the Rivers United lady. Then it's Manchester City who are back leading against Brighton in that encounter as they've restored their lead in that game, currently leading 2-1. And Wales down the Prince of the Prince of Egypt there, Omar Mamouche, gets on the second goal for Manchester City in that encounter. It's now Manchester City 2 on Brighton 1 in that encounter. Beautiful piece of skill there from the South Africans in the middle of the park there, but equally and easily dispossessed of the ball by the Nigerians. But the referee says there was an infringement against the South Africa, and it's going to be a free kick to South Africa right there in the 34th minute. And it was the Nigerian sporting number 10, Philomena Isaiah, who has been everywhere in the middle of the park for the Nigerian ladies, who actually gave out that free kick to the South Africans. So it's a free kick there in the 35th minute, 10 minutes away from the 10 minutes away from halftime break right there in Ikene. Still 0-0 between the Flamingos of Nigeria and South Africa. Free kick for the South Africans, and the centre back sporting the jersey number 5 takes a long one into the Nigerian half, easily dispossessed of the ball. Nigeria will clear the line there, and Zazat Odutan will get onto the ball. She sends a long one back into the South African box there, but easily cleared and dispossessed. And yes, South Africa with a cross into the box with this very chance, but straight into the hands of Nigerian goalkeeper Christina Uzoma, will get us that comfortably. Uzoma finds that Nigerian teammate there, who holds onto the ball there, sends a long one, tries to play it across pitch there. South Africa will gain possession in the middle, sends a long one, easily headed out there by Jumia Adebayo. Nigeria with the ball now. Odutan sends a long one into the South Africans half. South Africa regains possession in the middle of the park, looking to attack against Nigeria. And gradually they're waking up into this game, and still a chance for South Africa to get one very close to the Falconets. Nigeria clears the lines right there and holds onto the ball. Is the Nigerian right back there, sends a long one, tries to play in at Nigerian teammate. Yeah, might just be a chance for the Flamingos. Will she get onto the ball there? Yes, gets onto it and shields the ball there, but has the South Africans to beat. And he has a chance for Nigeria there. That should be a free kick to the Flamingos. And yes, was given by the central referee and the fourth official as a free kick to the Nigerian. It was Chidi Harmony who was brought down there. You can see how much of energy is in this young lady.
Yeah, she's really fired up for this game. You see her running down, you know. And she doesn't look like she has actually played much, but you can see the energy, you know, and hopefully we'll convert. We get a goal from this free kick.
Okay, let's see if Nigeria will be getting a goal from that free kick situation in the 36th minute of this encounter. A chance for Nigeria to get one from a free kick, and there's that star girl there, Shakira Nigeria, and she also have Aishat and Imasha very close to her. Will she chose to go direct, or will she be sending an in-swinger to her teammate in the box? Let's see what Shakira Mashoud will chose to do with this opportunity for Nigeria. She's standing under the ball, like I said, with Aishat and Imasha. They're taking instruction from Olowo Kere, this Nigerian manager in this encounter. It looks like Shakira Mashoud wants to go direct, just to send it into the box there. Well, that's eluded the head of the Nigerian. And that is the first goal for the Nigerian girls in that encounter. And what a way to open the scoreline in this encounter. A beautiful cross there from Shakira Mashoud. And find the head of the top striker in that game, Harmony Chidi, who has given Nigeria the lead in that encounter. Yes, and you said it, that yes, Nigeria might get the first goal from that free kick from Shakira Mashoud. A beautiful one, when I even thought that free kick was going to elude the head of the Nigerian ladies in the box, but Harmony Chidi rose highest to plant an header onto that and put it into the back of the net, and denied the South Africa have ended the first half without conceding a goal. Because right now, as it stands, is advantage Nigeria 4-1 the lead on aggregate, 1-0 right there. The Nigerian ladies, Harmony Chidi has really sent the Nigerian fans into big cheers right there at Ikene. And game on, game continuing in that game. South Africa has a lot of work at hand right now.
Yeah, they have a lot. In fact, they have a mountain to climb now. So it's like I said earlier, even from the first like last week, after the match.
Who would have thought of that?
Wow.
And just after Nigeria scored, the South Africa equalized against the Flamingos, but that was that lived halfway. As it was short-lived, it was short-lived there. As the fourth official actually rose the flag and said, "Yes, that was an offside call against the South Africa." That would have been an immediate scare against the Nigerians there. They have to be careful at the back right now. They have to be careful at the back.
We've not really been tested at the back. I think the goal now we want to push the South Africans to. They don't have anything to lose anymore now. So I think it's the time for us to see what our defense is made up of now.
Okay, right there. It looks like it's Ipswich. Yes, Nottingham Forest are going away against Ipswich right now. It's 3-0 in that game. Elanga scoring the second goal in the 41st minute for Nottingham Forest. That game is currently in the 44th minute, and it's Nottingham Forest who are leading away from them. 3-0 against Ipswich. It's still 0-0 between Everton and West Ham. And also, it's 1-0 in that one between Southampton and Wolverhampton. It's Wolverhampton leading 1-0 against Southampton. Manchester City leading 2-1 against Brighton. And also in at home, yes, like I said, Ipswich are currently losing 3-0 at home. And earlier on, just the female team were the League Cup winners after defeating Manchester City 2-1 earlier on in the Subway League Cup final. Yes, Nigeria attacking again, looking for the second goal in this encounter to end this game as a contest already. Though it's not looking like a contest anymore, because I don't see South Africa coming to score 5 goals against Nigeria in under 50 minutes to be played in this game.
Yeah, it's done and dusted. For Nigeria, I think we've won this. Not just won, we've qualified. To the next round. So, for South Africa, I think this should be, as an opportunity for them to just, try and see if they can maybe get a consolation goal. But I don't see them even getting a consolation goal. If I thought they would get it, I think probably Nigeria would have been maybe 2 or 3 goals up by then.
Okay, right there is Nigerians spotting the jersey number 14, Kasarat Olanrewaju, who is currently down, and she looks like she have taken a big fall on her back there. She's holding her waist there. I'm going to say the medical staff of the Nigerian of the Nigerian team there, the Flamingos on the pitch there to actually attend to Kasarat Olanrewaju. Don't forget the first goal for the Nigerians scored in this encounter was scored by Amoni Chidi off that beautiful lofted free kick from Shakirat Moshood, who planted that straight onto the head of Amoni. And it talks about it, brings about that understanding of these girls in the Nigerian team. That understanding they've actually developed and built together right from when they've been playing together from the last qualifiers to now the aftermath qualifiers for the next World Cup in Morocco. Let's see if Nigeria will become going to that competition. But it's as it stands right now, it still looks like yes, we still have the best team when it comes to under 17 in Africa.
Yeah, of course. Nigeria definitely have the best team at the moment now, and our dominance, has been counting, has been showing. So. For Nigeria, I don't think we'll have any problem going to the World Cup. The World Cup, that's what we'll be looking at our performance, and like I said, I'm not expecting us to go to the World Cup and win it. I just want us to go there and give good account of ourselves. Probably getting at least on the podium, probably getting maybe a runner. But seeing Nigeria doing better than what we did the last time, that would be at least fair enough for me.
One name the Nigerian girls we're missing right now is on Taiwo Afolabi, the former captain of the Nigerian under-17. She captained them to the last under-17, but she has outgrown the under-17 competition. A beautiful midfielder on a day, Taiwo Afolabi. But on the bench, we still have Taiwo Adegoke, who I would just love to see in this encounter. Also, we have a Christiana Sunday on the bench, Queen Joseph, Xavier Stefanus, also Chizom Wanchuku, and Comfort Fafore are the ladies on the bench for Nigeria in this encounter. Sorry I couldn't get the starting 11 for the South Africans, because that starting 11 wasn't actually released. So it's halftime in various centers in the EPL. Everton against West Ham ended 0-0 at halftime. Manchester City will be taking a 2-1 lead against Brighton into the halftime break, and Nottingham Forest, who are currently destroying Ipswich at home, 3-0 they currently lead at halftime in that encounter. And yet in Ikene, we are also approaching the halftime. We are 3 minutes away from halftime break as we are straight into the 42nd minute of that game between the Flamingos and the South Africans. It's Nigeria leading 1-0. Courtesy that goal scored by Amoni Chidi. We spot the jersey number 9 for Nigeria. She scored the first goal, towering to that header from that cross from Shakirat Moshood to put Nigeria ahead in the second time. It's advantage Nigeria 4-1. They currently lead on aggregate, and I'm very sure the fans there are still hungry for more goals from the Nigerian girls. Another cross into the box there, but this time around the South Africans will clear their lines and comfortably. But it's Nigeria who has been everywhere against the South Africans, and it looks like it's not looking like a bullying to me because we've hardly seen South Africa test the Nigerian goalkeeper in this game.
Yeah, our goalkeeper has just been a spectator. Apart from picking the ball at the back of the net, that was actually ruled out for offside. I don't think she has done anything, other than that in this game. You could see Nigeria, we've stamped our authority on this game. Though, our finishing have not been very, very, very convincing. If not, we would have been maybe 3 or 4 go up by now. But as it stands, Nigeria have been dominating this game, and it's just more or less like to me, we are just playing because we've won the first leg, but the second leg we just need to honor it. I know the South Africans are also coming. Just I don't think they even have they believe in themselves that they are going to get a win here. Not talk of qualifying. So for Nigeria, I think.
But looking at it, the early stages of the qualifying round, I think CAF needs to come up with a way that the heavyweights will be facing off at this moment, because it's going to be a big blow for Africa, even South Africa not making it through to the second round or to the World Cup proper, because they are one of those teams that has a good structure when it comes to female football.
Yeah, I think there's something like that during maybe all this is it Wafu? There's this
Yes,
I think
Wafu.
Wafu, yeah.
But not,
So
I don't think Wafu comes up in the under 17 female category.
no, but I'm saying you talking about finding a way so that those countries will not the big heavyweights will not meet. But to be honest, we are playing one of the strongest team in Africa, South Africa at this stage now. We are sending them packing, and I won't be surprised after our next opponent, Nigeria defeating those people 10-15-0. Like we normally
I just hope
do.
we avoid Zambia, because Zambia is another powerful nation when it
Well,
comes to African
of course,
football.
they are very also a powerful, but I don't think they will be an obstacle to these girls I'm saying here.
Okay, right there is the Nigerian sporting the jersey number 6 who is receiving treatment there. Jumai Adebayo, she has really been a rock at the back for the Nigerian team in this encounter. Yes, South Africa in possession of the ball, looking to take advantage of that injury scare to Jumai Adebayo. It's going to be a corner kick to the South Africans. They'll be looking to send an in-swinger so they can get an equalizer of their own. At the end of 45 minutes, it's 3 minutes additional time added here by the fourth official in this encounter. We're straight into the first minute of 3 minutes time, 3 minutes additional time in that encounter. It's still Nigeria leading 1-0 against South Africa. A corner kick to the South Africans from the right wing there. They send an in-swinger into the box there. And yes, now Nigeria rising highest there to get onto the ball and easily cleared that off their box. And yet South Africa regains possession, looks to send it back into the box. They should have threatened the Nigerian goalkeeper. Wow, that was almost dropping into the back of the net, but that's actually rose higher than the goalpost. Nigerian goalkeeper needs to be very careful there. Christiana Uzoma was almost beaten to that, and what will have been a Pukas nominated goal if that had gone into the back of the net. Nigeria will turn at defense into attack right now, but it was half leave there and straight into the hands of the South African goalkeepers. We're straight into the second minute of 3 minutes additional time in this encounter. And it's Nigeria who might be or will likely be going into the halftime break and leading 1-0 against the South Africans and 4-1 on aggregate in this encounter.
Yeah, 4-1 on aggregate. Done and dusted to me. I continue to say it. After the first leg, I think we've qualified, and at the beginning of this match, I was also having the feeling that we'll get a go in this first half, and which we rightfully did. And this is, like I said, also this is the best way to start. Put the pressure on South Africa. Don't allow them to bring the pressure on you. And looking at our goalkeeper, she has just been there, and doing practically nothing. I don't think they've even had any shot on target, the South African, and their goalkeeper have been the very busy for them. Picking the ball at the back of the net, making saves, and but for Nigeria, I believe we still get more goals.
Okay, there's still time to get more goals because we'll still be having about 4 to 5 minutes to go in this account. So a long one there from South Africa into the Nigerian half. I think the referee must be checking on our watch now because it's almost we've seen 3 minutes of action, and don't always forget it's always a minimum of time, not a maximum of time. And the central referee calls this game into an half, and as Nigeria will be taking them leading against the South Africans. What a goal from Amoni Chidi. That goal is the difference between the Nigerian girls and the South Africans in the first half. So at halftime, right there from Ikene, it's Nigeria 1, South Africa 0. What a first half of football we've seen from the Flamingos of Nigeria.
Yeah, what a first half, and what a way to also letting them know that we don't just we don't just want to come and play. We want to win also. That's why we've won the first leg. At the same time, we want to beat you home and away. And Nigeria have done that. And this is how we also took the lead in the first leg. We won the first half, and the second half the second leg. I mean, the second half was actually a draw. We played at 1-1 in the second half. But I see Nigeria coming on in the second half again and getting one or two more goals.
Okay, don't forget, yes, the Carabao Cup final to come up tomorrow between Liverpool and Newcastle. That also promises to be another interesting tie tomorrow. But let's talk about this first half game between the Nigerian under-17 and the South African under-17. The goal is not really showing justice to what really happened in the first half. Left to me, I think the Nigerians should be about 3 or 4 goals up against the South Africans right now.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, our finishing have just been letting us down, and their goalkeeper also has been very, very, very busy. The way we've been attacking, dominating. I think 1-0 is not though it's still a three. I mean, a lead for us, but I think our guys need to start doing better. And in the second half now, I think the manager should talk to the girls and probably show them 1 or 2 clips of the first half, and so that they could also see from their mistakes, and so that when we come back in the second half, at least we can rectify those mistakes we did in the first half.
I'm always a big fan of we having a Nigerian sports university right here in Nigeria, so we can catch this talent from the young age. I think countries like United States of America have really peek into something like this. There's a need to have something like a sports university whereby we can younger. What do you think? What do you think?
Of course, I think it's very necessary. Of course, I think it's very necessary because looking at Nigeria as a whole. In fact, there's a lot of talent in this country. We've got talents, right? Both the male, the female. In fact, almost everyone is talented in Nigeria. But the problem is that the facilities, is not there for you to develop as a player or as an athlete. Looking at Nigerians that have gone abroad, you see them representing different countries. It's because those countries, they create the facilities for those players. So Nigeria, I think it's that time we start, looking at those countries.
But I will disagree with a bit when it comes to facilities. I think one big problem we have has to be management of these facilities. We saw how much was spent on renovating the Abuja Stadium. Go to the Abuja the National Stadium, that is Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. Go there today. You won't even know this was the stadium Dangote picked up, to renovate today. You can see what is currently the remains of that stadium. You come to Lagos also, you look at how much we are not managing just that one stadium. That is the what's it called? Mobolaji Johnson Arena, that is the formerly Onikon Stadium. You can see how much games they're playing on that pitch, how much revivals they are doing on that pitch, and it's having a tell on that stadium itself. So it's one thing for you to make provision of facilities, and it's another thing for us to sustain and manage these facilities.
So the question now is, who is supposed to be in charge of maintenance?
If we're talking about maintenance right now, the problem comes with what value is this stadiums, this facilities bringing? Because you would expect government to just go into a pause, bring out the money, maintain. We know the kind of country we actually find ourselves. But you look at the fans. How many fans comes to the stadium ready to pay to watch football in Nigeria? Well, I've been to Uyo to cover the Super Eagles game. I know how hard it was to get 100 fans into that Godswill Akpabio Stadium. until or each time the stadium is being thrown, open.
Yeah.
That's when you see fans trooping in. Even at that, you will still have about 50% of that stadium, filled up by the Nigerian fans.
Well, probably it's a result of maybe experience, some of those fans have had, because even I could remember back then there was a friend we were going together to watch MFM when they were playing here at Agege Stadium. When we are going there, the friend would say, keep your this, keep your that, keep your that. All those things chase away fans. Some people say, I can't go there, I don't want, So I think we've still got a lot to do in when it comes to football, as in when it comes to football in Nigeria, we've got a lot to do. Talking about fans not coming, even when it's free, then definitely there's something wrong. I think the NFF and the NFF they need to look into that and see why people are not coming. Even when they look at the match we are covering today now, even despite that the gate fee is free, you still see empty seats, and the capacity is less than 10,000. We are not able to fill it up. And secondly, we need to start looking at those places they took those matches to. I want to believe it's as a result of, if this match were to be played in Lagos, I believe we will do better than
We
this.
all keep on saying Lagos, Lagos, Lagos. How many times has the Ikorodu United game be filled up with fans?
Well, but at least it's more encouraging than what we've seen today.
Again, talking about Ikorodu.
You could see when MFM were playing in
Gone are those
Lagos.
days. Gone are those days at Aige Stadium. And I really want to see the Aige Stadium facility, back on. The Lagos State government are actually working on renovating that stadium. And away from that, and talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League, the big one tomorrow between Ikorodu United and Eyimba. That game will be going on at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Onikon. So you can all troop into the stadium and have a beautiful view of football. And if there's one team that currently plays beautiful football in the top, it has to be Ikorodu United. They came right from the NNL to the NPFL. In their first season, they currently sit third on the EPL table, and if everything goes as planned, I think they'll be getting that 3 point against Enyimba tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, and they've really surprised me because looking at the Ikorodu United at the beginning, the first 10 matches, I think they were sitting.
No, this is not Ikorodu United.
I mean,
Ikorodu FC City.
Ikorodu City rather. They were sitting third from bottom. At the time, they were even sitting 19th. So, but they've been able to galvanize themselves, pick themselves up, and go on a runs of game, winning, and you see them now doing better on the log, and they are a team owned by a private individual. And one thing I've noticed about most of these clubs is that those teams are actually owned by private individuals. They tend to do better than the ones that are owned by the government. I look at what they name now, the table topper also, Remo Star. Look at what they've been doing, and not just Remo Star. It's not just they're not a fluke. Last season we saw how they also push, and I don't think they're up to 3 seasons.
They're more than 3. Remo Star should have been up to 8
in the league
in
now.
the league, yes.
The league. They're up to
They've been here for long. They've been here for long. 3, Abba.
Consecutively.
No, they've gone to CAF. They've gone to Confederation Cup for the past 3.
They've been there. Yes,
last season they were in the. I think Champions League last season. They've been in Confederation Cup. They played in the playoff this season, but didn't make it through the group stage. So I think they've spent about 10 years at the top flight of Nigerian football, and you have to give it to the owner, Kunle Shoname. Yes, he has been an inspiration to Nigerian Professional Football League, and that is why you are seeing infills of private clubs coming into the NPFL. Last season we had Sporting Lagos, but everything didn't go well for Sporting Lagos, and they found themselves back in NLL. But it has been on the rise for them in the NLL. And I think all things being equal, they should be back in the NPFL next season. And you can still look within Lagos. You have Inter Lagos, you have Madiba FC. These are clubs. Even the feeders team of this Remo Stars we are talking about, Beyond Limits. They got
I think they got promoted.
Yeah, they got promoted, but they had to
the ownership issue.
No, yeah, I don't think it's ownership. It's far from ownership. The money at hand. That is what.
But that was always
they have to give out the slot to Atlant, who are currently wasting that slot because they are currently finding themselves in the relegation battles. Let's say the way the Nigerian Professional League ends, it's a beautiful league, and one you have to pay attention to, because one of the players from the Nigeria Professional League made it. Oh, not one, two. Yes, we have the Remo Stars goalkeeper in the team. That is Bankole Kayode,
Yeah.
and we also have Papa Idris, who plays for Niger Tornadoes. A beautiful, fantastic midfielder on his day. So you can actually watch those guys. And let's go straight to the EPL and talk about this team's playing. Everton against West Ham is 0-0 at halftime. Two teams who are struggling in the EPL this season, but it looks like the life under David Moyes for Everton, who is back playing against West Ham, one of those teams he has coached in his career.
Yeah, it's for I think the last club he actually coached.
It was actually West Ham.
Yeah, and David Moyes is currently the manager of the month. That's to tell you that he has actually improved this Everton. We know where they were before he joined them, and
now they find themselves in 14th position.
Yeah,
as it stands
14th
right now.
position, and
Because Manchester United are back to their familiar position. Familiar number, that is 15th.
so I think Manchester United fans will be praying for West Ham to win. Even if West Ham win, it's also a
I
problem.
think Manchester United game tomorrow is against Leicester City. I can't really count how many times they've played Leicester City this season, but I think they'll actually stand a good chance against Leicester tomorrow.
But they've played Leicester City I think twice, but both of them were at home for Manchester United. And Manchester United are not a team that you can easily say they are going to win. They disappoint also when you expect them to win. Though I'll be tipping them to defeat Leicester City, but I can't put my money on that.
But to me, I think gradually they are growing and they are developing. You can see their game against Rice Sociedad on the two, both on the first leg and the return leg. I think they gave a good account of themselves in those games.
Yeah, I think they played better in the second leg. That first leg was not encouraging. The second leg was a bit better from them, and probably they, like you said, in the last couple of weeks they've been actually improving. We're beginning to see the blueprint of the manager on the team. We're beginning to see how Manchester United wants to play. Unlike before, you don't even know. When you look at Manchester United, you begin to ask, is this Manchester United playing? But these days they've actually improved. So going to tomorrow match, they are still the favorite to win that game.
Okay, you can hear that. The Manchester United are still the favorite to win that one against Leicester City tomorrow, and also the Nigerian game against South Africa. We are waiting the start of the second half in that one right there from Ikene Remo Star Stadium. It's Nigeria leading 1-0. Courtesy that goal in the 37th minute by Amoni Chidi, and I'm very sure the Nigerian fans are still waiting for the start of the second leg. What improvement are you expecting from the Nigerian girls come in the second half?
Well, I expect us to minimize the way we lose possession to them, because we saw them just giving possession easily to them, and secondly, like I said also in the first half, get that goal on time, then be able to relax, and for the manager to also tell them bring on. I know he might have one or two tactics he wants to also try out. This is opportunity for us to do that now. Hold on to the ball, keep possession, not necessarily running to get a goal now, because already now we are leading comfortably. I didn't see South Africa scoring 4 goals in this second half. So I want us to keep possession, hold on to the ball, not playing long ball again like we did in the first half. Build up play from back, and attack with purpose also, and not giving up possession away easily.
Okay, let's wrap up in the second half. If the Nigerian girls can hold on to possession, and don't forget, it's a live watch along program on Premier Sports Fan Center, where we'll give you commentary and analysis of football matches around the world. And it happens to be the Nigerian U-17, the Flamingos playing against South Africa right there at the Remo Stars Stadium. Nigerian leading 1-0, and on aggregate, it's Nigerian 4-1 against the South.
I don't think it's injury. I think the players they have, their time is gradually winding. And looking at the squad, you see that they are aging. They've been there for very long, apart from maybe 1 or 2 additions that they just added recently. And to me, those additions are not the standard that Manchester City up to. People say Omar Mamouche. It's fine. It's a very good player, but I don't think it's in that level. I don't see him. We saw what's his name also, the guy they brought from Girona, Savio. Savio, yes, he's not a good player, but I don't think he's actually
But
Manchester
Savio is one
City's.
of those players who, to me, has also not lived up to expectations of
Of
Manchester
course,
City.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not one of the the start. It might come to maybe this is his first season and he's still young. I think he's 20 years old, and we might see better from him. But Manchester City, their players are aging. You see Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva cannot even run anymore. The Bernardo Silva I knew, once on the board, you can't dispossess him, but easily they collect ball from him now. John Stones, look at the defenders, the guy from Switzerland there,
Akanji.
Akonji and Ake. In fact, they're always injured now. Ruben Diaz. So Manchester City, in fact, they can't wait for the season to end to sort out their issues.
I guess the start of the second half in that one between Nigeria and South Africa is Nigeria was continuing from where they stopped in the first half, taking the attack against the South Africans in this encounter. But South Africa regained possession against Nigeria right now and looks to attack against the Nigerians girls there. Yeah, might just be a chances 1-1 there, but the South African lady trying to beat Jumai there. Adebayo keeps on defending for the Falconets of Nigeria, and that should be a throw into the Nigerians, if I'm not mistaken there. And yes, it's a throw into the Nigeria ladies against South Africa. There's no change at halftime by the Nigerian manager. Talking about Olowo Okere. It's a throw into Nigeria there. And it's Azizat Odutan, who takes a long one, tries to play in at teammate Hannah Ibrahim there. Nigeria regains possession. South Africa clears off the line, got hold of the ball there, but sinks out the referee spotted an infringement against the South Africa in that moment. So it's going to be a free kick to Nigeria and then straight back into the hands of Azizat Odutan, who has been everywhere for the Flamingos in this encounter. The future is very bright for this young lady. Talking about Azizat Odutan, the 16 years old Nigeria right back, but she's been played out of position today, playing from the left back position. She takes a long one into the South African half, tries to play in a Nigerian team. Yeah, might just be a chance for Nigeria, but the South African goalkeeper comes out to gather that for South Africa, but throws out for a corner kick to the Nigerian ladies. And it's Aishat Adnimashan who is going there, but Azizat asked her to step away from the ball, so it's Azizat Odutan will be taking that corner kick for the Flamingos of Nigeria. We're straight into the second minute of the second half, and it's Nigeria who are continuing from where they stopped. And this was exactly the way they started the first half. And you know, one beautiful thing I love about this is that you don't allow your opponent to settle into the game. You frustrate them for the rest of the encounter.
Of course, we just need to make sure we continue to praise them, not allowing them to settle. Like, you see with the way we started, like, our house on fire, and we've also started like that in
Ooh,
the second.
beautiful free kick, corner kick there, sorry, from Odutan. Looks like she was going direct for goal there. But that flashes across the goalposts of the South Africans, who are now playing from left to right on my screens in this encounter. Yes, it's going to be a goal kick to South Africa against Nigeria. Quickly taken there as the South African centre back, who sends one straight onto the hands of the South African right back, who looks into the moving word into the midfield. Yes, South Africa with the ball against the Nigerians, gradually growing into this encounter. Let's see if we'll be having an improved second half performance from the South Africans in this encounter. South Africa with the ball there, and Nigeria regains possession in the middle of the park, and it's Philomena with the ball there, cuts forward with the ball, tries to play in Chidi, but that was easily cut short there by the South African centre back. South Africa in possession of the ball right now, looking to attack against the Nigerian, but Nigeria regains possession in the middle of the park. The referee says there was an infringement when we all thought it was going to be advantage South Africa, but the referee says there was an infringement in the middle of the park, so it's going to be free kick South Africa against the Nigerian side right now. South Africa finds themselves in the Nigerian half, Nigerian territory right now, looking to attack against the Nigerian side, going on a solo run, drops it straight into the path of our teammate, but Nigerian defenders actually sandwiched the South African defender there. Chidi with the ball there, got hold of the ball, sends it into the middle, finds a Nigerian teammate. Yes, Nigeria going forward against South Africa right now. It looks like okay, that second goal considered by Manchester City has been turned into an own goal for Kusanov. So it's Kusanov who scored that own goal to give Brighton a lifeline in that game against Manchester City. So as it stands right now, it's Manchester City 2, Brighton 2 in that APL fixture. And Nigeria will be making a first substitution right there in the 50th minute of this counter. Right there, it's Sunday Christiana who will be replaced by it's Phenomena Isaiah will be replaced by Sunday Christiana, who is sporting the jersey number 5. Christiana Sunday has been thrown in by the Nigerian manager, while phenomenal Isaiah has been withdrawn in that encounter. Looks like probably an injury worry for the ever lively phenomenal Isaiah, who has been replaced. South Africa in possession of the ball, looking to attack against the Nigerians in this situation, but Nigeria against possession. Looks like that's ruled out for a throw-in, so it's going to be advantage Nigeria against South Africa. Throw-in to the Flamingos of Nigeria. We've seen 5 minutes of action in the second half, straight into the 50th minute. Azizat Odutan with a throw-in for Nigeria. Takes a shot one there, finds it into the box there, tries to play in a teammate Amoni Chidi. Nigeria in possession of the ball. Amoni with the ball there, beats one. She'll be setting herself for a shot. I'm very sure I knew she was going to take the shot there, but that won't threaten the South African goalkeeper, who gathers that comfortably for the South Africans. 5 minutes of action already in the second half, and it's still Nigeria 1, South Africa 0.
Yeah, Nigeria still leading comfortably and leading comfortably.
This is a comfortably. Yeah, leading comfortably on aggregate.
On the aggregate, on the aggregate.
But it's the slim lead here.
Yeah, it's slim lead here, but we've continued to apply the the pressure on them, and I still see South Africa picking the ball at the back of their net.
I think one lady I've not really seen much from in this game has to be Shakirat Moshood. We've not really seen. She's known to be a lively player whenever she plays for the Flamingos of Nigeria, but in this encounter, she has not really, come to that party that much for the girls.
Yeah, I think we've seen her, when it mattered most. That was the first, the free kick, and we saw how she also performed in the first leg, and she's still having one or two. I mean, probably I won't say bad day because she has contributed, to the team. As it stands now, our assist is the reason why we are leading here. So gradually, we might still see much from her before the game ends.
Okay, throw into South Africa right there in the 52nd minute against the Flamingos of Nigeria, and the Nigerian player who is currently down on the turf there in the 52nd minute, and I think fatigue is currently setting in for the Nigerian ladies right there, and it's one lady they won't really want to see on the floor there, Aishat Animashaun, a player who has been everywhere for Nigeria in this encounter. She's currently down, and the medics are currently sweating on the young Nigerian player there. They will really hope she'll be able to continue this encounter.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, straight into the 53rd minute of that game is Nigeria still leading 1-0 against South Africa, while Aishat Animashaun has been helped out of the pitch by the Nigerian medics. The game has restarted there, and it's Nigeria who are currently in possession. And there is Anna Ibrahim in possession of the ball. Sends a long one, tries to play in Kausarat, but that's only getting to the Nigerian midfielder. A long one back there is Nigeria in possession of the ball. South Africa regains possession, but Azizat Odutan we gather that for Nigeria. In the middle of the park there is Shakirat Moshood with a beautiful piece of skill there. Also onto the ball for Nigeria, tries to play in her teammates, and yeah, he's Aishat Animashaun who couldn't get hold of that, so he's going to roll out for a throw-in to the South Africans. 53 minutes of action right there at Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene. It's still Nigeria leading 1-0 against South Africa in this encounter. As it stands, it's 4-1 aggregate score for Nigeria. If it stands this way, or if it ends this way, then Nigeria proceeds to the second round of the qualifiers.
Yeah, proceed, and just what we just need is to avoid defeat, and that's what we are currently doing, and I think we are already in the next round.
Okay, yes, let's see if they maintain momentum to the end of this counter as we're straight into the 54th minute, and that means we've seen 9 minutes of action in the second half, but still no goal to report in the second half between Nigeria and South Africa in this encounter. It's going to be a free kick to the South Africans against the Flamingos. Yes, right there in the 54th minute, and you can see South Africa pushing about 8 bodies into the Nigerian half, looking for that equalizer in this game. And I think they've actually played beautifully well against the Flamingos. Just that finishing touch, or that ruggedness of the Nigerian defenders has really caught the South African shot of getting a goal in this encounter. And this is a South Africa team that scored about, if I'm not mistaken, about 17 goals in the previous qualifier. 17 goals, yes, in the previous qualifier before this game against Nigeria. And yet they are struggling to get a goal against the Flamingos.
Yeah, and the only goal they got in the first leg was actually a penalty. So they've not been able to, break this Nigerian defense, but they're struggling. That's to tell you that they actually played a weaker opposition, and that's, we were talking about Nigeria and South Africa meeting at this stage. One of the strongest team also being eliminated at this stage. So, and I also told you about. I won't be surprised the next round. If
And there's a
Nigeria
chance for South Africa, but couldn't get that touch on it. And Nigeria goalkeeper there, Christiana Uzoma, will gather that comfortably for the Flamingos of Nigeria. Yes, what a beautiful defense splitting pass there from the South Africans, but they couldn't get all the finishing touch. Actually, lets them out right there. And it's Nigeria with the ball right there. Favor holds onto it and sends it into the middle of the park where she finds her teammate Kasharat. Nigeria lost possession, regains possession. Oof, beautiful piece of skill there from the South Africans who are running riot against the Nigerians and actually sending more bodies into the Nigerian half of the pitch. But Nigeria gets possession each time the South African comes out attacking against Nigeria. The recovery rate from the Nigerian girls is actually a beauty to behold. And one thing I think the South Africans needs to be careful is how much they commit bodies to going to attack against Nigeria. If Nigeria takes advantage of a counter attack, then we might be doubling our lead in this encounter.
Yeah, I also told you talked about South Africa having nothing to lose now. They want to, pull everybody, and I think.
And there's still a chance for the Nigerian team. Let's see if Nigeria will be looking to get the second goal. That's a goalkeeper. What a goal for the Nigeria. What a volley. What a shot there from the Nigerian lady.
That's a
let me see who got that into the back of the net. But Nigeria has finally doubled their lead in this encounter. Well done. The jersey number 7, Aishat Animashaun. She let her flying. What a beautiful volley shot there from Aishat Animashaun to double Nigerian lead in this encounter. And it looks like it's all done and dusted in this one for South Africa. Beautiful goal, beautiful shot, but the goalkeeper actually let the South Africans down there.
Well, to be honest, goalkeeper have been the reason why they've been, they've not conceded more than 2. Right? Yeah, of course, but she I mean, she's been the reason why South Africa have not conceded more than 2 in this game. So I think that was an error from her.
But it was a long volley there. I don't really think should have had much to do, and it's one of the reasons why it's an under 17 competition. The errors are allowed. You have to understand it's under 17. So when this errors happens, you don't have to blame some of those players. It happens in a game of football. Beautiful goal there from the South Africans against beautiful goal from the Nigerians against South Africa to double their lead in this encounter. Right there, it's Aishat Animashaun sporting the jersey number 7 for Nigeria, scoring the second goal. You can see the fans are finally trooping into the stadium, and gradually the stadium is getting filled up.
Yeah, the fans are gradually coming on. I know. I talked about probably awareness. Most people might not.
Yes, I think that's true. Actually, NFF needs to work on awareness.
Yeah.
They need to orientate people. They need to inform people of this game. It's not about a week to the match whereby you start throwing to the people that there's a game. You have to put money into spend this money into awareness. Maybe like a month to the game, put it on the face of the people. And I think that's why if there's proper orientation or proper information, you have a full field stadium whereby when the Nigerian teams are playing. It reminds me of when Kano Pillars plays. The joy you get when you see the stadium, the Sonny Abacha stadium in Kano filled to the brim when Katsina United is playing, and you have the stadium filled up. We can also replicate this when it comes to football in the southwest and south. I'm talking about when we take the Super Eagles down there to Uyo to play. We need this energy. They need the fans whenever they are playing.
And at the same time, I think we can also learn 1 or 2 things from the Americans. You see, the Americans, their football. They have, apart from football, probably the halftime show. Bringing on probably all these 1 or 2 celeb, probably musicians. So before the match,
you know how much ticket is in the US? It's not free.
I know it's not free. I know it's not free.
So
we can do something like that.
If the Super Eagles are playing in Lagos and they say the ticket is 20,000 naira, are you going to go?
Well, I might.
You might. No, that is it.
I might.
Because even right now, the ticket is still about 500 naira or 1,000. Last time we went to Uyo to cover the Super Eagles game, it was 1,000 naira for tickets. We had to even get about 20 tickets to share outside for Nigerians to come into the stadium to watch that game. But to bring people to the stadium, to pay money to come watch the football match is where the problem is. And we have to see football as a business right now, because that is where football is going. It's a big business whereby some countries, you know how much revenue the England, or the England of this world, the Spanish, the Spain government are getting from their football, from their league. That is what really matters. It's no more that recreational, sports that thing you go watch for fun, but you have to put money on the table right now. They spend a lot, when it comes to organizing a football match, and I can really know how much what's it called, Shiname has even spent on the Flamingos, hosting them right there at the Remo Stars facility for this encounter. I just hope it's the first of many for Nigeria playing on the southwest soil there. And it's a beautiful stadium, the Remo Stars Stadium. We're currently into 1 hour of football right there in that one between Nigeria and South Africa. As Nigeria leading 2-0 against the South Africans in this one. 5-1 aggregate. It looks like it's a done and dusted affair.
It's already done and
And one thing
dusted.
is, the South Africans are preparing a substitution. They want to change the goalkeeper.
I don't know why they want to change the goalkeeper, but the man.
I'm very sure that shouldn't be tied to our conceding that goal against that second goal. That might not be the reason. Probably she took a knock.
Perhaps you took a knock.
Mm.
Let's just see. Let's just see. But I think I might be one of the reasons they're actually bringing her out.
Okay, yes, South Africa were currently losing 2-0 against Nigeria right now, and the manager, or the South African manager, is trying to against South Africa currently trailing 2-0 against Nigeria. We can see the South Africans are making that needed substitution, taking out the goalkeeper against the Flamingos. I don't really think she's the problem of the South Africans, because she has actually been one of the shining lights. She's one of the reasons why this game is still 2-0 between Nigeria and South Africa. The game has restarted right back, and we are straight into the 62nd minute. We are barely we are barely half an hour away from the end of this encounter. Nigeria leading 2-0, and the girls are not relenting. They are still hungry for more goals in this encounter. Yeah, might just be a chance for Nigeria to attack against South Africa, but South Africa will gather that against the Flamingos. But Nigeria regains possession, and here's the first touch for the goalkeeper. Was brought in for the South Africans in this encounter. She got us not comfortably right there in the 63rd minute for South Africa. Sends a long one back into the Nigerian half, but cleared. Nigeria regains possession, and finally we have a goal in that game between Everton and West Ham. It's West Ham through Thomas Soshek, who has scored the first goal in the 67th minute of that encounter. So it's David Moyes who is currently trailing against his former team West Ham in that EPL match, and I'm very sure if there's a team that will really be happy with that score, it has to be Manchester United, and their fans will be happy with West Ham getting one against Everton. But there's still a lot of time to go, around 23 more minutes
I
to go
don't
in
think
that
their
game.
fans will be happy, because West
West
Ham
Ham
will go above them.
will also go above them, but Everton, okay,
Oh
there's
my
a big
God.
problem right there for Manchester United. They need to get a victory tomorrow against Leicester City. But I
Because
think
as it stands now, they
it
still
should be an
dra-
easy, it should be an easy ride for them tomorrow against Leicester City.
as it stands now, they'll drop to they'll still be, is it drop to 14
No,
or
they are currently standing in 15th position. But with
They'll still be on
they'll
15th.
still be on 15. Any which way it be,
anyway, it's still
they'll find
15.
themselves on the 15th position. They've really romanced that position so much. This
You know, at
season.
the time they were just sitting on 13. They now dropped to 14. Now it's between 15 and
But a win tomorrow will send them to around 13 back.
well, depending on what the other people play. Also,
Okay, if it stands out this way, if West Ham wins this game, Manchester United finds themselves on 15th position. It's
highest they
Everton
can
will
go
switch back
is
to
even
16th.
13th, depending on if Tottenham lose or win.
All right, so it's a big season for Manchester United. Okay, still 2-2 in that one between Manchester City and Brighton. That game is already in the 69th minute. Ipswich still losing 0-3 against Nottingham Forest. That game is in the 70th minute. Everton trailing 1-0 at home against West Ham at the Goodison Park. It's West Ham who scored via Thomas Soshek, and also in the 71st minute is Southampton, a team who has struggled all season in the EPL, losing against another struggling team, Wolverhampton, who are currently leading 2-0. That game is also in the 72nd minute, and our focus match on the Nigeria against South Africa Under-17 World Cup qualifiers. Is Nigeria leading 2-0 in that one at the Remo Star Stadium in Kenya. That game is already in the 65th minute, and we are barely 25 minutes away from a party at Ikene.
Yeah, Nigeria still leading comfortably now. Having 2 goals advantage. And
No, look at the minutes on the minute time, 25 minutes. I don't think there's any way South Africa are going to score about now they need about five goals against Nigeria.
I don't even, I talked about them not scoring, but if they will score, it will only be a consolation. That is after we've scored 2 or 3 goals. We scored 1. And with the way our guys have been pushing, I still say we still get another goal.
Okay, let's see if Nigeria will be getting the third one against South Africa in this encounter. Wins possession in the middle of the park as Nigeria will currently attack against the South Africans, but the referee spotted an infringement in the middle of the park in that one. Still been played in that one. It's still 2-0 Nigerian lead against South Africa in the 65th minute. A chance for Nigeria in the box there, but South Africa goalkeeper will come out to gather that. It looks like yes, they still have a good goalkeeper in the second choice who has really been up to the task for the South African. She takes a long one there, but lost possession. Half cleared into the part of the Nigerian team. Nigeria, while in the middle of the park. Beautiful piece of skill from the Nigerian midfielder Shakira there. And yes, still Nigeria in attacking mood against the South Africans. 2 Nigerian players are currently on the turf now. I think the medical team will be attending to them. One of them is the Nigerian left back Azizat Oduta, who was brought now by the South African player. Nigeria will really be sweating on this one. They really want to see her back on her feet. And also, it's the Nigerian number 11 player there. Talking about Muniat Rotimi, who was also brought now by the South African player. But looks like one player they're currently sweating on is Azizat Oduta, who is still struggling to stand back on her feet. And the medical team are currently attending to her right there in the 67th minute of this encounter. 23 minutes to go in this one. Can South Africa come back in this game? I don't think it's possible.
They really come back to Johannesburg.
Okay, as Nigeria will be marching straight into the next round of the qualifying stage. Sorry, of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Don't forget the World Cup will be coming up right there on African soil in Morocco. And I think the reason why FIFA and lots of competitions are running to Morocco has to be the facilities. The government has really spent a lot on their facilities.
Of course, and you could see that in the last maybe 10 years now. And I think they've hosted the what they call it now,
female Nations Cup.
The female.
They've hosted the FIFA. They've hosted FIFA World Club Cup.
They've hosted the FIFA. They've hosted the Nations Cup.
And they'll be hosting the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. The male FIFA Under-17 World Cup will be hosted right there in Morocco.
Of course,
I think for the next 5 years.
They've been the one hosting this particular tournament. We play the home base Eagle. What they call the Chan. Is it
No,
Chan?
they are not hosting Chan next.
No, but they've been hosting it for about 2 or 3 times in the last they've hosted it at least 2 times in the last 3 editions, and you could see that South Africa, Morocco are really developing. They want to catch up with South Africa, who also,
are they catching up or they are better right now?
I think
they are better than South Africa. They are actually better.
They
have a better facility than South Africa.
I don't think so.
How? Which one? From the league or from the World Cup? Which are you judging South Africa based on?
I don't think so, because we've seen South Africa.
Are you judging them based on 2010 World Cup?
No, even from apart from that,
the league, PSL.
Yeah.
No, you need to watch PSL again. If you are talking about facilities, the North Africans have the best facilities in Africa. The best stadiums we have in Africa right now are in Morocco.
Yeah, but to me, I think South Africa have actually.
That was 2010, 2013. Okay, back and play in this one between Nigeria and South Africa. That game is already in the 69th minute, and the South Africa will currently restart play from a throw-in, but Nigeria regains possession in the middle of the park, looking to attack and get to the top goal. Beautiful piece of skill there from Shakirat Moshood there. Nigeria looks to attack right now, returns it into the middle of the park. Shakirat, who hasn't gotten a goal in this game, but she has been a joy to watch for the Nigerian fans. And Southampton has drawn one back in that game against Wolverhampton. And who else than Paul Onuachu getting one back for Southampton in the 75th minute of that encounter. 15 more minutes for them to get an equalizer against Wolverhampton in that encounter. Yeah, in this game between Nigeria and South Africa, South Africa in possession of the ball, returns it back to the center back, will find out the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper of South Africa with the ball there drops it into the middle of the park. South Africa will come out to attack against the Flamingos of Nigeria, sends it into a dangerous position. Advantage South Africa, 3 against 3 there, drops it into a part of our teammate. Nigeria regains possession. The referee says that was a fair challenge on the South African, and his advantage Nigeria. His favor Egwaran with the ball there, drops it into the middle of the park. Nigeria looks to attack against South Africa right now in the 70th minute of this encounter. We are barely 20 minutes away from the end of this context between Nigeria and South Africa. Nigeria attack right now through the left wing there. What would they make out of this? Cuts inward with the ball, drops it to Shakirat. Nigeria attacking right now, but South Africa regains possession against the Nigerian side. And here is Nigerian through the second goal scorer there, Aishat Animashan, who lost possession, but the referee says there was an infringement against the Nigerian lady there. It's going to be a free kick to the Nigerians in the 71st minute of this encounter. Nigeria currently leading 2-0 against South Africa, and on aggregate it's 5-1 advantage Nigeria.
Yeah, advantage Nigeria 5-1, and I think I would like to see the coach start making changes. You could see some of those guys have been fatigued, and give opportunities to some of those players we've not seen played. So the coach needs to start making changes now, because this match, we've won it already.
All right, right now it's water break for the ladies at the Ikene Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene. It's water break for both teams. Players will be having a word with their manager this moment. We have about 20 minutes to go in this game. What do you think the South Africans can do? I think the best they can do is probably get just one goal against Nigerians in this game.
No, I don't think it's about getting one goal now for them. I think it's about making sure they've stopped Nigeria from scoring again, and to avoid a big embarrassment, because they are 2-0 now. They are out, and they just need to make sure they hold on to possession, even for them to, kill off the time themselves, not necessarily waiting for Nigeria to do that, because you could see the girls, the South African ladies, they are really tired now. You could see from their body languages now, and they just need to be calm and make sure they keep Nigeria from scoring another goal again.
Okay, then we can see the Nigerian manager there talking about Olowo Kere having the words with the ladies, and most importantly is the Nigerian overseas Jumai Adebayo, the rock at the back for the Nigerian girls. One for the future, no doubt. I can't really wait to see her playing for the Super Falcons. Nigeria will be making a substitution. It's Kausarat Olariwaju will be going out of this encounter, and she'll be replaced by let me see, will be replaced. And South Africa will also be making a substitution of their own. Is the number 15 who has been withdrawn, and the number 14 being thrown into this encounter. Nigeria will be making a substitution. It's the goal scorer, the second goal scorer, Ishat Animashaun, will be replaced by the number 13 for Nigeria, Chizom Nwachukwu, will be thrown in for the remaining remaining 18 minutes of this encounter between Nigeria and South Africa. Let's see what Chizom Nwachukwu will bring into this game. She's sporting the jersey number 13 for the Flamingos of Nigeria. We are about 17 more minutes to go in this one, because this game is currently in the 73rd minute already. And it looks like it's all done and dusted for Nigeria.
Yeah, done and dusted. Advancing to the next round in style.
Okay, yes, you can hear that from Paulo talking about on the Nigerian side advancing to the next stage in styles. And it's still 2-2 in that one between Manchester City and Brighton. That game is already in the 79th minute. Ipswich against Nottingham Forest is also in the 80th minute. Forest leading 3-0 against Ipswich. Everton are currently losing 1-0 at home against West Ham in the 80th minute. And Southampton trailing 1-2 against Wolverhampton, also in the 80th minute at home in that encounter. Yeah, might just be a chance for Nigeria. That should be a free kick to the Nigerian ladies, yes, and it was given. So the free kick advantage to the Nigerians, and it's that beautiful young lady there, Chizom Nwachukwu, who was brought down by the South Africans. So it's advantage Nigeria right now. A chance for the Flamingos to get their fourth goal It is a yellow card also shown to the South Africans in this encounter. We're straight into the 75th minute, 15 more minutes to go in this encounter. And you can see it looks like, yes, a free kick, and it's Azizat Odunton, sorry, will be taking this free kick for Nigeria in this encounter. A chance for Nigeria to send an in swinger right there in the 75th minute. We've seen 30 minutes of action already in the second half, and it looks like, yes, it's done and dusted. Odunton takes a shot, one drops it straight for Chizomu Wanchuku, but Nigeria lost possession. South Africa will look to attack, will also good defensive work there from the Nigerian defender for a throw-in to South Africa. 75 minutes of action. Nigeria leads 2-0 against South Africa.
Yeah, 15 minutes left, to be played, and Nigeria leading comfortably. Just, I think it's over, and I don't think the South Africans still having any hope of, winning, not talk of qualifying. So we just need to, continue to maintain momentum that we've started, and in no time the game will end and everybody will go.
We can only see there's still room for improvement for those ladies. And where do you think Olowo Kere, the Nigerian coach, should be working on in these girls?
Yeah, I think our finishing. First of all, our finishing, because you could see the way we've been playing. If we are very, very clinical in front of goal, I think would have been maybe 4 goals up by now, or let's say 3 or 4 goals up by now, because our finishing have been letting us down. And secondly, the manager needs to also work on how the girls retain possession, how to keep the ball and the finishing. I think he needs to work on that, because looking at defense, we've been a bit solid at the back, and but attacking wise and not losing possession. That's where they need to work on.
All right, that was a beautiful chance falling straight into the hands of Shakirat Moshood, but she couldn't pull that into the back of the net. That was a beautiful volley there from the Nigeria midfielder, but she couldn't get a goal. Ispish has gotten one against Nottingham Forest, and Kastuje who got one back for Ispish in that game. They currently trail 1-3 against Nottingham Forest in that encounter. They are also one strong candidate to relegate from the EPL.
Yeah, I think there's this debate ongoing right presently about the 3 teams that came from relegation. In fact, they've had the worst joint, as in the worst point amass at this stage of the league. I think the 3 of them is having about 40 something point. That's the worst.
Southampton has really been poor. 9 points, if I'm not mistaken.
And Southampton are about to break set a record that Debbie County, because the last
I remember Debbie County
11 points
11
for
points.
the whole season.
Whereas now Southampton are on 9 points.
And they've been on this 9 point for God knows how long.
It's actually a poor one. It's actually a poor one from Southampton.
I didn't even expect Southampton to be this poor.
Yeah, because they have a good score.
Of course.
Look at the caliber of players in Southampton.
Most of those players
and you ask
that were
yourself,
in the
how are they struggling? You like yourself, Joe Aribo is still there. They still have Peter Waters. You still have Apollo Noachu in that club. Those are prolific players. You have Kamal Dean also on the wing. So you ask yourself, where has the problem been for Southampton this season? But they have to go back to the championship and try to retrace their steps again. But one thing is always certain about Southampton: they will come back in the following season.
Yeah, but I don't think they've not been. I've not seen Southampton being relegated, unlike the likes of Burnley going and coming. I think this is the first time now in the last.
If there's even a team that knows how to go back and come back, it has to be Norwich. Even Fulham. Yeah, we've seen Fulham also relegate.
Norwich did it about 2 or 3 seasons consecutively. For Fulham did it, including Newcastle United. Yeah, but for Norwich now, I think it's over for them. I see them in the championship for the next 4-5 years, because if you look at the log of the championship, they are not improving at all.
The championship is actually not easy. It's one of the hardest leagues in the world, because you look at the number of games they play in a season. About 44 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They play in a season. It's actually much games they play in a season in the championship. We are currently not in the championship. We are currently talking about this one between Nigeria and South Africa. The game is fast turning into a friendly match, because it's no more looking like a contest between these two sides in this encounter. But Nigeria will still attack against South Africa, looking for their third goal in this encounter. Beautiful shots there, but that's only going into the back of the net. Beautiful shots from the Nigerian girls there. Let's see who is going to take this, but it looks like there's no coming back for South Africa in this encounter. Corner kick to Nigeria in this game against South Africa, and the Nigerian girls keeps on knocking on the door, looking for more goals against the South Africans in this encounter. Right now, it's corner kick to Nigeria, and it's an Azizat Odutan who is standing on this corner kick duties for Nigeria. Should be looking to send an in-swinger into the box there. 79 minutes of action, sends into the box. That was side netting from the 15 years old Azizat Odutan who picked up that corner kick for Nigeria. It's going to be goal kick, South Africa. 80 minutes on the mark there. 10 more minutes to play in this encounter.
Yeah, 10 more minutes, you know. And like you said, it's becoming like a friendly match, an exhibition match. You know, it's already over.
It seems to be a competitive game.
You see, the South Africans are not even pushing up for anymore. It's
No,
just
is there something to push forward for? 80 minutes already. 10
well,
more
like I
minutes
said,
to
you
go.
know, I also talked about them not making sure Nigeria don't score more goals. So probably that's what I'm trying to do now.
Okay, as on South Africa coming out to attack against the Nigerians, easily caught out there by the rock at the back there. Jumai at the bio. Nigerian possession that's going to get onto the feet of Azizat Odutan. So it's going to be a throw into South Africa, who will be also be making one more substitution in this account. Maybe that's the lady that will score the 5 goals for them under 10 minutes. We don't really know. We're still throwing into South Africa in this one. Kudos to the Flamingos of Nigeria, giving a good account of themselves. It has really been a fun-filled match, no doubt.
Yeah, of course, fun field match. You know, to be honest, I really enjoyed the game. You know, the drama, everything. You know, and the Flamingos, they've not let us down. You know, I predicted them winning both legs, and they are doing it comfortably now.
Okay, yes, I can hear that sound from Paulo. And don't forget to also be a part of this family Premier Sports Fan Center. Click on the subscribe button. Be a part of us, and don't forget to join us tomorrow for the big one in the EPL, Chelsea against Arsenal, 2:30 p.m. We'll be in the studios to do justice to that game and give analysis and commentaries of that encounter. It's going to be a throw-in to South Africa in the 81st minute of this encounter. Barely 9 minutes to go in regulation time. South Africa in possession of the ball, looking to get a consolation goal against the Nigerians, but that went flying, and it's going to be a goal kick to Nigeria. You can see the way that ball went flying. It's one of the reasons why they've actually struggled against the Flamingos in this game.
Yeah, they've really struggled. You know, though they have one or two, you know, moment, but to be honest, they've really struggled. I don't think they really did their assignment. You know, I haven't seen the way the Nigerian girls, you know, defeated them in the first leg. One would have expected them to come and, you know, give us a good run for our money, but to be honest, they in fact they are playing like the one that like the team that have actually won the first leg. That don't even need the, you know.
I think they are actually lost of options in this game. That is one of the biggest problems they faced. You can look at the fluidity of Nigerian midfield in the first half. Phenomenal Isaiah, who spotted the jersey number 10 for Nigeria, and Shakirat and also Kasirat Olerabaju were so fluid in the middle of the park against the South Africans. They actually took the pressure to the South Africans. They allowed them to settle in this game. Even until the last 10 minutes of this game, the South Africans are still not settled into this encounter.
Yeah, they've not been. Nigeria have not allowed them to, you know, to take control of the game for up to 2-3 minutes, and you hardly see them, you know. I don't think they've been able to complete 5 passes at a go. So, you know, Nigeria really, you know, took the match very seriously. From the blast of the whistle, we really, you know, go on to them, and you could still see that's why we are leading 2-0. The way our guys are still running, you know. You won't even believe it. In fact, anybody that didn't know that we actually won the first leg would be thinking Nigeria just needed, maybe we needed more goals to qualify, but we already qualified.
All right, straight into the 83rd minute of that game. 7 more minutes to go in regulation time. Still the Flamingos of Nigeria currently still leading 2-0 against South Africa, and when it comes to aggregate, it's Nigeria leading 5-1 against South Africa. So South Africa needs about 5 unreplied goals against the Nigerians. Is that possible? Yeah, it's a game of football, and anything can happen. Let's see what happens right there in this one. Is the 83rd minute of that counter. Still 2-0 Nigerian lead against South Africa.
Yeah, it's done and dusted. So Nigeria.
So all you are waiting for right now is the full-time whistle, right? Okay.
what else? At least to put the South African out of their misery, because you can see the way they've been playing, and the manager needs to start working on the next opponent now.
Ikene. I'm talking about the Remo Star Stadium. It
Getting
looks
more.
like it should be the home ground for the girls now.
Um, well, definitely, but with NFF, we don't know, the kind of
Yeah,
arrangement
it's
they
more
make.
about it's more about the ISB than for the NFF. Who can actually sponsor the girls or whenever they are available or whenever they are in the
Yeah,
country to play.
and we know, Nigeria. It's always about competition for those, those states now. And I won't be surprised seeing Nigeria playing maybe the next match now, the next round of match, seeing these guys playing somewhere in the north or probably in the east.
Abuja used to be their home stadium, but I think
But I don't think
I think
Abuja
this
will be there
stadium
for
no, I
now.
think this stadium should be their home stadium right now. And
Yeah.
also in that one between Nottingham Forest and Eastbridge is 4-2 right now. Eastbridge to Nottingham Forest 4 in that encounter. Let's see what the scorelines are like in the EPL. And it was George East with that goal for Eastbridge Town in that game. But it looks like that goal came very late for them. There's no coming back in that one against Nottingham Forest because it's 4-2. And it looks like, yes, it's a high scoreline that I don't really expect them to stage a comeback anyway in this encounter. And also, Everton with a late equalizer against West Ham. 1-1 it stands right now in that one between West Ham and Everton.
Yeah, Everton, they are a die-hard team, They're a very stubborn team. Until the whistle before you, if you are leading Everton by a long goal, if the referee have not blown for the final whistle, don't think you've won.
Mhm. Yes, Nigeria with a chance dying in the nine bars of this game, but that went flying and won't be going straight into the back of the net. So it's advantage South Africa because they have a chance to restart play from goal kick. And you can see the rails from the fans. They believe that should have been she should have hit that better rather than that kick from the Nigerian girl.
Yeah. The fans are cheering them up. Well, the fans in the stadium want them to get more
Yeah, they
goals.
want more
But
goals.
I
That's
think
the beauty. That's the beauty of a game of football. If you
of
go to the
course.
stadium, all you want to see are just goals galore.
Yeah, but I think the girls, in fact, you could see the Nigerian girls. I think they too, they've settled for this two goals, and I think we'll bust him another substitution now, just
Yes,
to kill
this
off the
is the
time.
last set of substitution. Talking about the number 3 girl lady coming in for the Nigerian side, Taiwo Adegoke. Yeah, she's one player I've really wanted to see Nigeria thrown into this encounter, and finally she'll be having a chance, but it's late into this encounter because she will be thrown in at the 90th minute of this game. It's full time with that one between Eastbridge and Nottingham Forest. It ended Nottingham Forest defeating Eastbridge 4-2 in that encounter. Congratulations to Nottingham Forest for that resounding victory over Eastbridge. Nigeria will gather the ball, but rolls out to it for a throw-in to South Africa in the dying embers of that encounter. It also finished in that one between Manchester City and Brighton. That game ended 2-2 between Manchester City and Brighton. Another point dropped on the road for Pep Guardiola and his boys. Another draw also, Everton against West Ham. Finished 1-1 between Everton and West Ham in that encounter.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if Man City fail to make it to the Champions League next season, because it's looking very, very bad for them now as it stands now. And with this result, Nottingham Forest result defeating what they call them now, Eastwich Town, it's now a very big mountain for Manchester City, and they will have their eye on tomorrow's match, the match between Arsenal and Chelsea, because Chelsea are currently topping them by, I think, by 2 points, if I'm right, 2 or 3
Yeah.
points. Yeah, and there are teams like Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Fulham, including this Brighton behind them. So it's still a very, very long season for Manchester City.
Still very long season for Manchester City. You can hear that from Paulo, an Arsenal fan. And we are straight into the 90th plus minutes in that one between Nigeria and South Africa. The first minutes of additional time. And from my screens, I can see about 4 minutes additional time in that encounter. South Africa will ball right there against the Flamingos of Nigeria. We'll just be waiting for the referees of final whistle in that encounter. We are almost seeing the first minute played in that game. done and dusted game for Nigeria already. South Africa needs to go back to the drawing board. It's just unfortunate that they had to face off against a powerful Flamingos side.
Yeah, the South Africa needs to go back, and look at what went wrong for them, both the first leg and the second leg, and work on it. It's not about you winning teams that are not up to those teams that they are you consider to be your because I believe South Africa consider Nigeria to be in their own level. But we as Nigerians, we know we are above them, in terms when it comes to this age grade football. But they need to go back and look at what went wrong, work on those lapses that occurred during the match. Then hopefully, I think next year when they come again, then
Here's a chance for Nigeria with this beat. Third goal for the Flamingos. Easily flat flying there, and the match in this encounter. We're straight into the third minute of 5 minute additional time. Barely 2 minutes. Yes, that was Azizat Odunta who tried a unlock right there from a long distance, but that didn't fly in like we saw from what was it called from Animation earlier on in this encounter. Nigeria leads 2-0, courtesy 2 goals, one from Aishat Animation in the second half, and the first one in the first half from Amoni Chidi. Those are the 2 goals Nigeria currently leads by via in this encounter. A chance for Nigeria in the box there, but South Africa regains possession. 4 minutes of 5 minutes at the
clubs and see how I believe some of them are they are still feeders team with their clubs.
Yeah.
So they need to probably find a way to have a competition for all these their feeder, because we're seeing it with these English teams. Looking at them, they have their feeders teams, they have their reserve league also. So we need to start doing that, because most of them might not be able to start for their club. So when you are not starting, you are always on the bench. It will affect your performance. So there's a way for the NFF needs to start looking at creating another league for probably the reserve league also to continue to engage these girls.
Okay, congratulations to the Flamingos of Nigeria on that resounding 2-0 victory, and it's ended on 5-1 aggregate scoreline for the Nigeria. They are through to the next round of qualifiers, and we're waiting to see who the next opponent will be for the Flamingos of Nigeria. Thanks you for also being part of this live watch along segment up at 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time in the EPL. I will be here in the studios to give you commentaries and analysis of that game. From here, my production crew is bye for now.